All right, what up, what up? We are live. We have not been live in quite some time, to be completely honest. I mean, me and Tassos go live on Sundays, or he goes live, and I join him every now and then. But in terms of just an NBA stream, it's been a while. Now, obviously, we haven't had NBA for a while. Now we're, a week or so into the year. So, yeah, sure, that's the reason. But we've been slacking on the live streams. What is going on to everyone in the chat? The early ones here really do appreciate it. Oliver's in here. D33. We got Big Bill. We got Jay Fizzle. Who Day. Curtis. Attire. Lucas. A bunch of people in the chat. What is going on? I think for today, what we'll try and do, I'm thinking we'll go through, I guess we can look at like the plays that I've already locked in, but I kind of want to go through what you guys are thinking and feeling in the chat, and then we can decipher it from there, So if that sounds good, we shall do that. How's everyone doing? Yeah, we didn't have I see Cho saying hit the under. I wish I pulled the trigger on the under. I liked the Eagles in the under last night. Instead, I backed A.J. Brown and Saquon Barkley's overs in a, 10-7 game? We had an awful night last night. But honestly, that's going to happen. I've seen the comments, and doing this long enough, those comments of someone acting like they're ESPN or they're the Score app, updating me under my video, being like, hey, by the way, this didn't hit. It's like, thanks, ESPN. But those comments will come. You know what I mean? Those comments will come. They'll always be there. But I think anyone with the, half a brain understands that what we're doing here. Or what anyone's doing. No one's going to go 100%. We have a brand called Fade Me, for Christ's sakes. You know what I mean? Curtis says, you feeling good about tonight's picks? So we do have a decent amount of picks already locked in. I can toss those up on the screen right now so we can kind of go through them. Nets team total under, Grizzlies team total under, Jazz money line for some nice plus money. This one, I mean, it's super juiced on FanDuel, but every other book had this exact same SGP at minus 190, and I was looking at it, had to pull the trigger. And then these four are all just kind of related to one another. Keontae George and Jamal Murray. If they both have a good night, we look good. If one of them has a good night, it's meh, but we really do hope that both of them have a good night because we have two parlays together there. But what are you guys rolling with? Let me know down in the chat there, and obviously in a couple minutes, once we get more and more people in here, I think that we'll be able to dive in to some of your plays and maybe break them down. But guys, hit that like button if you are watching right now. Sub if you are new. Takes you 2 seconds, and it really, really does help us out if you hit that like button. So go ahead and do so if you don't mind. Lines are getting tougher. I mean, sides and totals are always going to be so scrutinized by any algorithm, any book, or anything like that, right? So that's worth noting, I would say. Just trying to get the CLV and just the value on your plays long-term will be the thing. If you're taking something and it's, minus 115 and it's closing at minus 140, you're doing a hell of a job. Cash Cartel says, here for it. Guppies beware. Hey, the Guppies can say whatever they want for the next 24 hours or so. Terrible NFL night, terrible NBA night. I'm man enough to admit that, I can't talk my shit when we have a terrible game like that or terrible day like that. You know what I mean? That's just fair. Quotes is in the chat. What up, Quote? Kool-Aid saying, "Oh, snap, a live show. Let's go." Yeah, like I said, guys, we're not too consistent with these just because with the NFL and the NBA right now, things are really, really busy. Even tonight, Tassos and I are recording H2H, right? So it's we just things back to 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 back. So I've been trying to fit in the live streams. I want to do more of it, but yeah, it's kind of tough. Shall we get into some of your plays, or should I dangle a carrot in front of you? We have 17 likes on the stream right now. If we get to, when we get to, say, 95 people in here at the start of today's stream, when we get to 30 likes, we'll get going. There we go. I dangled a carrot. We're selling out. Oh, there's some kind words from a bunch of people in here, huh? Prito saying, Ev loving the channel, sir. Really do appreciate that. Rip and Pull says, appreciate the content you bring on a daily. What are your thoughts on Jaren Jackson Jr. over 18.5 points? All right, we can dive into that in a little bit once we see some more likes roll in. Again, this is like, I'm just like selling the bill of hopefully non-false goods to you guys. Like the stream, and you'll get to your place. Andre says, like it, guys. To be fair, like, let's be real. If you guys just decided to veto that, be like, where no one's liking the stream, eventually we would get to your place. So, hey, just showing my hand a little bit there. But all right, we're probably, I don't even have the likes up in front of me. I think we're probably, are we at what did I say, 30 likes? Are we at 30 likes? Let's take a peek at that first one by Rip and Pull. Jaren Jackson over 18.5 points. Let's jump into Outlier for this. Guys, if you want access to Outlier, we do have a link for 7-day free trial. Been using this thing for absolutely like a million years at this point. Go ahead and check it out. 7-day free trial. But let's jump into this play. What do we say? Jaren Jackson, 18 plus points. And maybe we could put together a little parlay by the end of the stream. Drop a W in the chat if we like that idea. A little community ride today. All right, 18 plus points. His line's at 17.5. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. It is plus money. You could see here, Knicks against centers, pretty good this year. In terms of this one, let's jump into the dashboard as well. Because I do think that the Knicks, interior defense is going to be pretty damn good. And obviously Jaren Jackson is an interior guy. I mean, head-to-head, he has gone over this against the Knicks, but marginally. But I do think that he'll have, like, even when he's not hitting it, he's getting damn close, right? So you could see here, this Knicks squad. Now, this is our NBA dashboard. Wow, I'm plugging a bunch here. If you guys want access to this, check it out, guys. Use code EV5, EV5. I put that in the chat as well. You're going to get your first month for $4.99. So really, for all dashboard, you get the NFL one as well. But I build this essentially every single day. This is the only concern I have with JJ Jr. The Knicks interior defense is like where they're strong. On the perimeter, yeah, they've kind of lacked, right? You could see here, this is points allowed from 3, not all that great. Points allowed in the paint, very, very good. They're middle of the pack in the last 7 days, 2 centers. But Jaren Jackson does shoot the 3 as well, and maybe there's a pivot to his threes if you like him to have a good night tonight. Like, this may be something that I'd consider as well because they're allowing plenty of threes. So let me make note of that one. I don't mind his points. I think it's a low enough number, right? But you get what I mean with, like, you're playing with fire in the terms of a really good interior defense. That's it. But I don't mind his threes because if he's going to be having a good game and say he does get to that 18, he might do it by way of, a couple threes going in as well. So maybe that's a nice little pivot. Do we like that? And again, guys, I went 1 in 5 last night. Let's take everything I say with a grain of salt, all right? Yeah, Kevin, that's a decent enough move, and I have really been liking SGPs this year, which is interesting. That isn't always the case. Timothy says the Guy Boston channel and the More Guy Boston channel are both goated. Guys, we're going to be bringing a lot of different content to that More Guy Boston Sports channel. If you guys don't know what that is, it is our second channel here, and I'm really, really excited for some of the stuff that we're bringing there. So if you do want to check that out, yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously all the content's free and everything like we do on the main channel as well. Let's get to some more of the chat here. Christian says Edgecombe rebounds. We talking over or under? Amp says, what about an over 230.5 in the Celtics and Sixers game? I liked the idea of the over in that game. I really did. I talked about it today. I just have not been able to bring myself to placing it as of right now. This Celtics team, the pace they're playing at hasn't been all that tremendous, right? And that does worry me overall. And realistically, it's their... I'll just show you. Their offensive efficiency has not been all that great so far to start the season, right? The Sixers has, but it's like the Celtics have been a better defense than offense, and then the Sixers have been a worse like things just seem like we're putting square pegs into a round hole here. But this was one of my leans this morning, and I do like the idea of the over in this Celtics and Sixers game. And in terms of odds, you can get over, what do we say, 230.5 there? 230.5, yeah, minus 110. You can even get 229.5. That's a little bit more juice there, 15 cents. So 230.5 essentially would be what it is. That is like the one that is on the tip of the tongue right now for me, because I've almost placed it a few different times, just haven't really gotten there yet. Who is scared of the Eagles, Kevin? I lean towards the Eagles in the video. Curtis says, how do you feel about Drummond under 9.5 points? The concern I have with him is just like the usage, right? But, the Celtics have kind of struggled in the paint to some degree, right? Allowing the, fifth most points to the opposing center position. Is Drummond going to get the minutes? Probably. His last few games, 23, 28, 16, 35. I don't necessarily love him getting 10 points. So I guess because the Celtics, struggle in that vein, maybe that's what keeps me off of it. But I just don't think like he's going to get all the quantity. Like even when he's doing this, like he's shooting the ball 5-7 times. I guess the 2 times he's hit it this year, 7 and 9. So yeah, that kind of worries me. But is Embiid officially out? Do we have that confirmed? If Embiid's officially out, it makes it a little bit more worrisome for me, because I think he's going to get the minutes, and that ends up being the problem, And not that it's that big of a problem, but a little bit of a problem in my mind. Edgecombe under rebounds and assists from RJ. Let's take a peek at that. I do like the Celtics perimeter defense, right? I just kind of got finished talking about that. You're talking about rebounds plus assists, correct? What is his line at as of right now? 8.5. We're looking at the under. If you want to pay juice, you could still get a 9.5. It's pretty damn juicy. I don't know how much it matters from a hit rate perspective. Celtics to the shooting guard position, really good at the assist, allowing a decent amount of rebounds. But if we look at where these two teams are shooting from, like the Celtics are shooting the mid-range and the above the break. I wouldn't be surprised if Edgecombe gets a few more rebounds than normal, because when you have these teams that shoot, from deep, a lot of the times those rebounds will bounce off the rim further, and there's going to be a little bit of an uptick in terms of rebound chances to the opposing guard or small forward. But the assists, I don't mind the idea of his assists. I think he's going to try and score, and if not, he's going to pass it to Maxey, who's going to dribble a million times, right? And yeah, it looks like not too many of it. Like most of his assists are coming at the paint. Sure, 30% though actually are coming in at the perimeter, where I do like the Celtics today. I don't mind the idea of his under in assists or rebounds. I do think the rebounds, I think that we could look up and be like, oh crap, he went out there and got a bunch of rebounds simply because of that. Like last time he played them, he had 5, and the time before that he had 7. So 12 rebounds through 2 games against the Celtics this year kind of concerned me. I feel like, guys, by the way, apologies. I feel like the plays we're looking at, I'm trying to poke holes in, but I'm just giving the devil's advocate, okay? Obviously most of these plays have been yeah, I kind of like it. And I think that if you're going through your normal process on a daily basis and you're not giving yourself the comma, then you might be missing out on some thoughts, right? So I'm just playing devil's advocate. Again, how many times do I have to remind you guys? I went 1-5 last night. Let's take what I say with a little bit of a grain of salt here. But doing it for a long time, but we're still gambling at the end of the day, right? Oh, Christian likes the 5.5 rebounds. See, yeah, I could see him getting rebounds tonight. Is it a lock like you're saying? Maybe you're confident in that, but I don't mind him to get a few more rebound chances. Let's see what his rebound chances were when he played the Celtics this year. So, okay, we don't have data for that one, but he did have 11. That's one of the higher. He's only averaging 11 here, but 11. He has a few games. 11 rebound chances. If you guys don't know how that normally works, it's 50% of those usually can account for real rebounds. So he's 5.5 right there. Potential assists, he had 9 and 5 against the Celtics here. Same exact thing. So almost he's pegged for 10 rebounds plus assists today. So the assists what's his assist line? I'm just trying to like weed out some of this, like assists. Yeah, I don't know. I think he might get a lot of usage with the way that they play the perimeter. I'm starting to back off this one a little bit. Nike says Mark Williams blew his parlay. Well, yeah, yeah, it's tough. He blew my plays too. Edu says, we got the Boston Celtics taking on the Sixers. Philly's been on the rise lately with fast players and a lot of aggressiveness inside the paint, but they're not that good defensively, which ends up slowing down the pace. And Boston's rotation doesn't really allow many points either. They're a strong defensive team. So an under. See, I did lean towards the over. I think that the lack of defense doesn't scream under to me. The Celtics are, though. Viper, I don't mind that. Thunder or Nuggets money line. I mean, I don't know what you're getting for odds with those two together, but I definitely don't think that it's all that crazy. I mean, that's the good thing about Outlier. We can almost analyze the odds of a play right away. So where are we at here? Nuggets and Thunder. Get these out of here. Minus 143, minus 140, minus 139, minus. If you're comfortable with that, I don't mind. I mean, two of the heavier favorites on the board today. I think that they get the job done. The Kings have sneaky talent though, but I don't think good enough to beat this Nuggets team. If I'm not mistaken, they played not too long ago. Yeah, Nuggets did allow a lot of points, but they won. Repent says a very important piece of advice is being careful of betting props and potential blowouts. I agree. The only caveat, I guess, is like Shea in a sense. If they're gonna blow someone out, Shea's gonna get his. Some of the guys, and I'm agreeing with Repent. I'm just giving like the other side of it too. Some of the guys that do have all the usage in the world, like they'll be the reason that they're blowing out the team. So there is partially that, but 99% of the time, I do agree with that 100%. But like today, I like Jamal Murray to score the ball. Am I worried about the Nuggets blowing out the Kings? Sure, but I do think if Jamal Murray's if they blow out the Kings, I think Jamal Murray, based on at least what I'm looking at in terms of how he can score against this team and stuff, I think he has a big piece in that puzzle. But I'd say more often than not, I do think that's a really important piece of advice. Like, there's times that I see, last year, the Thunder playing, say, like, the Trailblazers, and I'm like, I'm not even going to look at that game. I'm not going to look at that game. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. Spread, you can't take the Thunder to even win by 17, even though they probably will, in a sense, Total, who knows what last year's Trailblazers was contributing to that matchup. And then player props, yeah, you never know. All right, let's take a peek at another one. Guys, keep dropping all of your plays down in the comments. If you do find it in yourself to want to drop a super chat, you climb the charts there, and obviously I would prioritize that because you paid some money, so appreciate you in advance if you do that. But let's get to some more plays. Amp says, thoughts on Brunson over 36.5 PRA. It might be at 37 now. My initial reaction is I don't hate it, but I do. That might be a situation. That might be a situation of the blowout could impact things, right? You know what I mean? But his PRA, let's see. PRA right now, 36.5. You could still snag over on NoVig, MGM, minus 118, minus 120. So far this year, he's averaging 36.89. That's good. I would say it's close enough to this. When he's at home, averaging just a little bit less than that. How are his minutes doing at home? Staying pretty damn consistent. Let's do this just for the sake of argument, because I don't mind this, right? If they blow out Memphis, I think we could be looking good. Him against Memphis in the past, he's come very close to that. You can see here, 21st and 21st in terms of the rebounds allowed. But let's do this. Let's play a little bit of devil's advocate here, because that's what we've been doing. And if Brunson plays less than 32 minutes, so 31 and lower, what is his hit rate on this so far this year? Or we got to look at last. Well, 0 for 1 this year. Last year he stayed well under. So there is some blowout potential, obviously, in this game, right? As they sit there, was it 9.5 point favorites over the Grizz at home? So there is that, but I do think that Brunson is a guy that gets a lot of usage. So I'm going to give that one like a 50-50 chance, which I guess is essentially the name of the game out here when we're sports betting. What else we got here? CJ Oubre over 15.5 points. He's hitting 8 of the last 10 already once against the Celtics. No Embiid other than Maxey. And I will say, what do we know about, Kelly Oubre? He likes to score in the paint, right? He'll shoot the threes and score in the paint. Now, the threes could be a little issue for him today, but him getting to the paint, I don't necessarily mind, right? You can see it there. 46, almost 50% of his shots are coming in the paint. That's where the Celtics, I do have some concerns, about them. And by the way, guys, like some of the numbers, like I think we probably even have that. Yeah, these numbers, right? Okay, the Celtics defend the paint really, really well. I almost, as someone that watches the Celtics every single game, I'm almost calling BS on those numbers. We don't have a big enough sample size. So even though you might be looking at it being like, oh, damn, they shut off the paint pretty well via the numbers, maybe they do, but I watch every dribble of the Celtics, and this team, if there's a good big man going up against them, I do worry a little bit about it. Knicks minus 9.5. I don't mind it, soccer, but I would also say maybe they're a parlay piece or something like that, Like I've said so many times in my videos today that I'm like, you know what? It's so early in the year. I just feel like I have like this trepidation. I'm too cautious, hesitant to lay double digits this early in the year. That doesn't mean you shouldn't be or anything like that. It's just where my head is at as of right now. Damn, Jay, if I had a whiskey brand, that'd be apt. That's like one of my goals in life, to have an alcohol brand or a beer brand, which I know is still an alcohol, but that type of thing. That'd be absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Quickly, 2.5 3-pointers made. Yeah, I do think that that's a decent look. I think that I thought about that earlier. I don't know if I don't believe I mentioned that actually in my video, but for him to go out there and get 2.5 threes, I know for a fact I've already kind of looked at this today and I didn't mind the spot. So yeah, you're getting plus 124, decent enough odds, right? Is there anything consumable? No, you're definitely going to look at 2.5. He's done it in 2 straight games. Obviously not so much this season, right? But, the attempts have been there the last few games. I'm not going to sit here and say that he's a sharpshooter, but if we look at last season, he did shoot nearly 40% from 3, right? So if he's going to get 7-8 attempts, I don't necessarily mind it. In Brooklyn, to the point guard position, allowing a decent amount of threes. We can load this one up as we kind of keep going through it. And what I like is you could take a peek right here. Played Brooklyn, had 3 attempts on 7 shots. Now, Brooklyn in the past has been, a decent perimeter defense, but this year, not exactly so much, like 39.4% to their opponents above the break. And Quickly is the guy. Like, look at the shot breakdown here on the dashboard. Quickly is the guy that's shooting the threes for this squad. So I definitely don't mind this one. I will also say, we take a peek down here. It's like Quickly, if he's shooting the catch and shoots, which I don't know if he does that too much, that's ideal. They do play pretty well against the pull-up. But if he's going to take any catch and shoots, which we could see it right here, let's go to Quickly, and we'll check out, how many catch and shoot type threes he's taking per game. 4 of them. So, great. Okay, so let's say he shoots 4 of them and he can make 50% because that's the weakness, right? Now, this is just fake numbers. He's already on to 1. Do we have the quantity of the pull-ups? Now he shoots the 2.5 more of those. I don't necessarily mind the spot. I really don't. I do think that it's going to come down to volume, but I think that he's going to be shooting. I project the volume to be pretty good for him today. So I don't mind that Quickly spot here. Let me add that to my notes too. Guys, if I add any of these, I like the plays here, I will add them to the pinned comment link, okay? With credit where it is due. So that one was from, man, I'm already losing my spot here on the chat. Where the hell did we just get that Quickly one? I already said the name and I'm like losing it now. All right, whoever commented the Quickly one, can we toss that back up? Let me know that it was you. Hey, Ken with a super chat. Appreciate you, Ken. Appreciate you. We got Jokic 4+ assists in the first quarter and Josh Hart over 16.5 points and rebounds. All right, Western Mass. I went to school out in Western Mass. All right, so we got 2 plays to look on there. Yes, Christian. Okay. All right, take a peek at that Jokic and that, what was the other one? Josh Hart. Yeah, I'm old school. I have a pen and paper with plays that I like. I could just type in a Google Doc. I get it. But Ken, really do appreciate that. Thank you so damn much. Got a W, Ken, in the chat here. And let's look into Jokic, 4+ assists over 3.5 in the first quarter. Sounds crazy, but like, is it? You know what I mean? Like, is it? For plus money, he's done in 4 straight games. Sacramento to centers are allowing plenty. Do we know if, do we have an injury update on Sabonis? Is Sabonis in? Sabonis looks like he is playing. Okay. I think that helps overall. So I don't mind this Jokic play whatsoever. I mean, you're getting plus money, so you can't hurt, you can't knock that one. On the road, yes, this would be my only concern, and this is just a trends thing. What happened the last 10 games doesn't always impact it whatsoever, right? But he's yet to do it on the road this season, and he's only done it in, last year on the road, he didn't do it in many games. So maybe at home is a big deal, at least for this season, right? But I think he's going to get the opportunity. I think that this is a nice little spot here, and I like Jamal Murray, so guess what, Ken? I'm on board if he's going to pass and dime off to Jamal Murray for some points today. I don't mind that one. And then what was the other one? We had Josh Hart, over 16 points and rebounds, 16.5 points and rebounds. Guys, I'm going to drop the outlier link. I see the chat. I'm going to drop the outlier link in the comments again. As a reminder, as we pull up this Josh Hart one, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Really do appreciate it. All right. Josh Hart, we like his 16.5 points plus rebounds, Ken says. Got to find the damn thing. All right. That's crazy. That's a really good hit right now. Let's make sure this is with, because I think Robinson's playing with Robinson and with Towns. I just want to make sure that we're looking at games that both those guys are playing in. Still's done it in those 3. The minutes look like a little bit of a concern, but like, is it that bad? Let's get rid of this. His home games, he's actually looked really, really good in 4 straight home games. What if he doesn't play 30 minutes? How does that hit rate happen? All right, so he still looked good there. None of these games have been 30 minutes. That's crazy. Last year, now obviously things are going to be a little different. Last year, didn't really hit it when he didn't play 30 minutes, but I mean, I can't say that I hate it, right? This is back to the Jokic thing. Yeah, look at that. The Sacramento's allowing the 2nd most assists last 7 days to the center position. I guess I don't mind this. I think I like the Jokic one just because we're getting the plus money a little bit more, but I don't think that I mind those plays. I think those are good looks from Ken. I like Oubre's points probably more than the 3s, but that's not to say he's not going to hit the 3s. All right, Jimmy Butler, PRA. I've seen that in the chat a couple times. Let's look at that one. Just want to make sure the injury report is still looking like it's good to go with Golden State. No Horford. I think that we kind of assumed that, and Melton obviously still out. So Jimmy Butler, PRA. What is his line at? 27.5. 27.5. I don't mind it. I mean, on the road this year, he's been good to it. What position are we going to say Jimmy Butler's playing? We have him obviously pegged in that 3 spot, I believe, right? But or the 2 spot, yeah, with Kuminga. So he'll get that. Let's say 2. Let's look at the 2 and the 3 because it's a big difference. If he's going to play a lot of the 2, he might get some good rebounds and decent amount of points. Small forward's been locked up so far this year overall. I don't think that I mind this. I do get concerned with the Thunder's paint presence, and that is where Jimmy Butler likes to score from, right? So I think that that's maybe a concern. I mean, Jesus, last time he played them, he had 2 assists. Only played 7 minutes. Okay, maybe he got hurt or something. I don't remember off the top of my head. This is my... Jimmy Butler's obviously going to score in the paint, and this Thunder squad has just been so damn good at preventing points in the paint. Like, number 1 team, bar none. Whether you're looking at it on the year, at home, or last 3. 58 point... Do we see this? Like, do we see how crazy this is? 58.5 to their opponents in terms of field goal percentage. OKC in the paint, outside of the restricted area, 34.6. I like Jimmy Butler. I do. I think that he'll get a lot of minutes, and they're going to need him in this game. I worry about where he's going to score from fully because he likes to get into that paint. He does. So that worries me a little bit. Vegas says, wait, we're taking the Jazz money line tonight against the Pacers. Yeah, and I'm shaking my boots about it, but I don't necessarily mind the spot. I think this Pacers team offensively is just that bad. And I like Keontae George and I like Lauri Markkanen tonight. Two of their top players I think could have decent games. But again, how many times do I gotta say this broken record style? We did go 1-5 last night, so you know what?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
What's the breakdown on Steph's minutes? Like, how many minutes do I think he'll play? I think Steph will play a decent amount of minutes today. I'd say anywhere from 30 to 33. I think Steph will play minutes today. Harry says Dennis Schroeder over 4.5 assists. I'll tell you this, I don't mind it. I'm not touching Dennis Schroeder, for a little while. He was if you guys watch every day, he was our favorite, play, was it 2 nights ago? And I liked his over 17.5 points plus assists. He had like 2 points, 1 assist. Big yikes there. What are you talking about, Tool? Curtis, I don't mind that. SGA and Curry to combine for 4 plus 3s in the first half. That's a spicy one, you know what I mean? Like, that gives you something to look at and look for. Yeah, AK says Jimmy Butler 21.5 points and assists. I think Jimmy's assist could be a good look tonight. Oubre, Barrett, and Bridges for 2 threes. What are the odds on that? That's got to be decent enough odds, right? Because I think you're asking for a lot there, but I don't want to sit here and tell you it's not doable because I really don't think it's not. I think that's doable. King of the court for DK. I mean, can you go wrong with Shea in a really good matchup and in a spot in which he's definitely got a game that could be competitive? That's probably what I would say. What's up, Isaac? Who we got, Boston or Philly? That's from Neil. I mean, you want my bias answer? Boston. That's what I would look for. I do think the Celtics defensively can kind of mitigate what this Sixers team has been doing. I think I've seen a lot of people talk about Maxey. We haven't gotten to it yet, but I don't think it's the best Maxey night. But guys, I'm admitting I'm biased. Like, I'm a Celtics fan. Rip and Pull says Josh Landell, and Rip and Pull, I got to make note of your name in case we ride that JJJ play, even though it was the points, not necessarily the threes that I ended up liking. But Josh Landell, yeah, let's take a peek at that. He might get some, did I say Josh? Jock. I was like, did I say that or did you say that? Let's see. His threes right now, it's got to be what, at 0.5? Wow. He's like hit 2. What do we got here? Yeah, he's hit 2. And yeah, I was like, his threes line is 0.5 against the Knicks, who have a good interior. Like, why are we not? Oh, it's pretty juiced. Hard Rock has it. I think I really like this one. The quantity does worry me. Like, even him, right? He could easily shoot 3 times when we want him to make 2. That's a little worrisome for me, but if you have Hard Rock or you can snag him at 0.5, I think he's good for 1 today. I definitely think he's good. All right, guys, should we build let's get a 1 in the chat if you like this idea, or 2 if you don't. And you want to, so anyways, the idea is that we put together some sort of a slip, right? We could do it on Prize Picks. Maybe we'll try it on Epic. I like that app as of right now. I'll give you a link to sign up if you want. But 2, if you wanted to keep going through your plays, sure. But should we put together a nice little slip community? Drop a 1 if you like that. Austin calling our shots, and he says, did somebody say Jock Landell? I'm assuming Austin likes Jock Landell today. I didn't get a chance to watch the vid yet, but honestly, we might like Jock Landell even more just because Austin's on a scorched earth pattern right now. And Austin, where are all the people? Where are all the people that were giving you the crap? What was it? Probably like 2 weeks ago when you said, "Hey, I'm gonna go on a run," and guess what he did? He looked him in the face, said, "Boom, there's your run." Shout out to calling our shot. All right, we could build this slip. We could build this. Let's use let's start with Epic Fantasy. All right. Let's do that. If you guys don't have this account, I'll drop it in the chat. Sure, a lot of these lines are going to be very, very similar. Actually, is there a taco out right now on Prize Picks? Is there a taco on Prize Picks? Brandon Ingram, 14.5 points. So maybe this is what we should do. Should we start with Prize Picks? Do we think that that's a good idea? Damn, all the real ones are coming out. Calling our shots in the chat. Kyle Kerm's in the chat. Ev is live. Yeah. With my super, super consistent live schedule, we are here. All right, so you guys want to build somewhat of a slip entry. Okay. It looks like we do have a discounted prop if you guys want to do it on Prize Picks, but I guess you could do it on, like, as long as we're using similar lines, throw this in with whatever damn book you want or app you want, okay? But the first one here we can take a peek at is Brandon Ingram. I would just say because we're getting that discount, we'll start there. And I know a lot of people have that. But again, if you guys would prefer to do it on your own volition, go for it. Robin, it's all absolutely free. GuyBostonSports.com. We showed it at the beginning of the show. And that's what I've got so far. But again, coming from the Mr. 1 in 5 man from last night himself. No shots this time. No, we have not taken any shots yet, Tool. All right, let's do it. We got I guess let's build a 3-man screw. Let's have some fun. Obviously, I don't think that that's exactly plus EV as anyone would like to indicate. I know that the EV police might come for it, but let's have some fun with this slip. We can all ride it together. Let's get some player props. I know we already looked at a couple of them, but let's dive into it. Jamal Murray, Viper says Jamal Murray 17.5 points, Steph 4-3, Shea 25 points, Nuggets money line and Thunder money line. I mean, thoughts is that's a mouthful right there. Do I like those individually? Sure, but that's like, I feel like you're asking to stub your toe with 5 different plays in a parlay. You know what I mean? All right, let's take a peek at this. Fucci says MPJ 20 plus. So let's take a peek at Michael Porter Jr. 22, we'd have to go for, I guess we could start it off with a Goblin. We will just go his 22.5 line. All right. And guys, when we're live and doing this, obviously we're kind of going through really quickly. If I'm locking in a play and actually wanting to bet it myself, I'd probably spend quadruple the amount of time, maybe even more than quadruple now that I say it, trying to look at it. So maybe if you take anything away, think about that, next time before you just kind of race to something. But his last couple games, 32, 28, 25. No Cam Thomas tonight, right? And you could see here, 2 games without Cam Thomas. He's played 31 and 25 minutes. Now, this one was a blowout, right? I expected to be a little bit more competitive tonight. He shot the ball, even when not playing that much, 18 times. He shot it 10 and 9 from 3. I don't think that I mind the idea of Michael Porter Jr. here. I don't mind it whatsoever. Let's get that in a poll here. Do we have this ready to go? All right, make sure to vote on the poll, and if it gets to 56 or more, so higher than 55, we'll add it to the slip so far, okay? And while you guys are voting, if you have not yet, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. This is a landslide right now. I mean, we're only 30 votes in, but MPJ with over 70% of the votes here. He'd need 23 to cash it. That's a high line, but I mean, could be a fast-paced game, right? And what we're doing here is we're using that Ingram square over on PrizePicks. I dropped a link in the chat. I could do it again if you guys need me to. Right here. That's going to get you a play $5, get 50 promo if you want to hop on board with this. But like I mentioned, you could do it on any sportsbook you want. 67. All right, let's get a timer up here. We got to get Timmy the timer going. All right, 33 seconds on the board. I'm going to stop the poll immediately when that goes down. I have a feeling this one may work out, though, for Michael Porter Jr. He's sitting at 67% right now. Unless there's a massive, massive influx of Michael Porter Jr. naysayers here, I think we might be looking at a W. All right. I'm thinking that's looking like it is our first play. First play, at least for the entry. How do we even get out of this? Jesus. All right. So we're here. Michael Porter Jr. is in there. Like I said, we have that discounted line of Brandon Ingram. So hopefully we can get that going as well. All right, what else do we like here? Let's add another one. Also, as you're doing it, let's go ahead and let me know how many. I said we could do 3, but like I don't really care. So drop how many plays you want in the chat there. Oh my God, Rap's at 6-7. Give me a break. Can that thing die? Fauci says RJ 18+. I mean, I'm on a stay away. I don't think we need like a full-on same-game parlay in this game. Even though it could be a decent enough one, right? IAW, who just is coming off of a amazing ride of the day streak, says Shea over 10.5 rebounds plus assists. I can't imagine that one is a bad spot to look at, right? Let's take a peek at that. Let's take a peek at Shea. I think he's going to have the ball a ton. I mean, I like him to score tonight. We've already said that, but that shouldn't be earth-shattering to anyone. Like, liking Shea Gilgeous-Alexander to score is like, I don't know. I don't even know what joke to make there. It's like liking anything. What line do we have over on PrizePicks, though? So it's a 10 and where is it? Do we have this? Yeah, it's right there. Okay, we have that. All right, let's dig into it then. I mean, he's obviously been good to this line for the majority of this season. At home this year, not exactly so much, which I do worry about, but I don't think that we're going to get 29 minutes out of Shea tonight. You know what I mean? And check this out. The Warriors rebounds and assists allowed. And as we know, the Warriors will, fancy shooting their threes as much as they want, right? And what did I just get finished telling you guys earlier? Like, if someone is playing as a guard or even a point guard, shooting guard, whatever, right? And they're playing against a team that shoots a lot of threes, like, they may get more rebound opportunities there. So I do think that is worth noting. I don't think I mind this Shea spot. I think that he's going to have a decent enough game here. In terms of him at home this year, 8.5 rebound chances and 15 potential assists. That cashes even if we just take half of both of those and add them together. Do we like that one? I guess the easiest way to figure out if we like that one is by going in and dropping it into a poll, huh? All right, go ahead and Vote in the poll. I don't mind the games that we've selected here, right? Just from a total perspective. I mean, the Thunder, yeah, you're taking the Shea with a total of like 210 can do his thing, but Brooklyn and Toronto, I think that's a decent enough spot pace-wise to back someone like Michael Porter Jr. I will say I have Brooklyn's team total under. Hopefully he doesn't go out there and score, 115 or something would break me. Yeah. 30 round says rather Shea points under. You can tell if the line is inflated or not. I mean, Shea's line's always going to be inflated, and somehow he just puts more air in there. Tassos is here as well. All right, should we get Timmy out? Guys, we can add this one in, and then we could build another one. We could do. We'll probably be live for another 15 minutes, maybe. Not too long. We still got stuff to do here. Tassos and I are recording H to H tonight. I got to do some research to whip his ass. To whoop his ass. That's probably a better word. All right, I think that is it for this shade. Wow, so we picked 2 there out of the chat that was just like unanimous, huh? That's crazy. Usually you guys you're not that easy. All right, so Shea is the next one. I mean, it's because it's easy. I see people saying 5. Like, I don't mind doing more. It's up to you guys. How many legs should we throw into this slip right here? We have 3 right now, including the discount that they've dropped. So 2 that we've come up with. We can toss in a few more if we think we can do it. I mean, I didn't assume that we'd get the first 2 resounding like 70+% yeses. So, hell, what do I know? Six, 4. Let's see. We got 6, 4. Someone said 5. Kelly Oubre points. I mean, we've already looked at it. We did like it. If Tasso says we like it, we might have to do it. 15.5 is his line right now. Isn't it 14.5? Like, are we, maybe that's a straight play. I don't know are we getting boned by Prize Picks there with a line? Like, is that bumped on us, or is it 15.5 kind of across the board? I guess it's 15.5 across the board. All right, well then let's just toss this up to you guys. Kelly Oubre. Remember, no Joel Embiid tonight. And even though the numbers may not say it, I believe the Celtics team is a little rough around the edges when it comes to preventing points in the paint. Kelly Oubre, 15.5 points. This Shea one's driving me nuts. All right, if the push kills us, the push kills us. This is like so just sacrilegious, but that does it really affect the payout that much? If we go 10.5. Yeah, it's like $20. That's such BS. I don't know the math behind it, but whatever. That's going in there. And then Kelly is the next one that we're looking at here. Yeesh. Kelly Oubre, 68% yes, 32% no. Is like everybody just on board with each other today? I remember when we used to have enemies. This is crazy. Tassos might win tonight. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, this one just looks like it's good to go. Like, we could still pull up Timmy the timer, but I mean, why? It's just going through the motions at this point, right? Hey, shout out to IAW for joining the channel. Full slate parlay. Go get crazy. All right, I mean, you guys are, look at that. What is going on here? Shout out to anyone that remembers our old streams in which when we would run polls, it'd be like 54%. That's why we made the damn rule of it had to be 55 or more, because it kind of had to get a consent, like a strong consensus, you know what I mean? Because if something ended at 51%, that means still 49% of the people in the stream didn't like it. That doesn't seem like a consensus play for me, you know? So, okay, Kelly Oubre's in there. We're flying through this. We're going to get 6 plays easy. So Kelly, 15.5 right in there. Okay. 1 or 2 more now. Let's see what we got. Jaylen Brown clinics. Do we like Jaylen Brown's overs? I believe I kind of talked about him in my video this morning. What is Jaylen's line right now? At least line on Prize Picks. 24.5. 27 points is where his line's at right now. I think that might be a little too high. We could. I'm almost thinking we wimp out and go over 24.5, right? I mean, we could do the 24.5. I don't know. I'm caught in between there. I think that's a little too high. 25 is what I'd look, but that's like a severe alternate line just right now, at least on Prize Picks. So we can come back to it if we need to, but let's move on here. I don't mind this look. Cedric Coward over 12.5 points. I mean, he's been a good player, right? Like very, very good. 12.5 points. He's been crushing it. On the road this year, a little less, but he still shoots the ball enough. That matchup is going to be, who's he going to get? Yeah, it's not the easiest of matchups, right? Going up against either McCall or even if Anunoby switches onto him. But I don't necessarily mind it. I think that this is definitely a toss it up to the poll here to you guys, because I'm a little back and forth in this one. He has been balling though. He really has been balling. So let's do it. Cedric Coward, do we like this one? I have a feeling this one could throw a wrench into the smooth polls that we've had so far. Let's see what you guys end up thinking of that. I do like the idea of Anthony Simons. We can look at that one afterwards once we get this Cedric one squared away. All right, now this one's the opposite. We're only 27 votes in, but 81% no, 19% yes. That's because you guys are obsessed with superstars, I bet, right? Don't knock it. This kid's a good player. Let's see what we got. Let's see if we got any Cedric Coward love in the votes here with 23, 22, 21 seconds left. Let's see what we got. Danny Ainge. All right. I don't think we're getting much love for Cedric Coward there. So he is unfortunately not going to make it into the plays here. I said that we wanted to look at Simons, right? So Simons is, what do we have it at? Simons. Might have lost the chat here. What was it? Simons points and assists? 17.5 now. That's a little too high. You still get it. 17.5 is high. I might just look at his points for that matter. Like 15. Let's take a peek at what we think from him. Obviously, he's going to be a guy that is going to take a decent amount of threes. Philadelphia, that is kind of how you target them here, especially in the corner. And again, we talked about the pull-ups. How many do we have from him in terms of a pull-up situation per game here? Because he definitely comes off the screens and will pull up, right? 3 per game in terms of pull-up threes. That's a good sign. 2-point field goals in terms of pull-ups. He's just below 3 of the higher frequency guys in the team, right? So I don't mind Simons going out there and getting 15 for us. Let's see, there's 2 games he's played against him, 13 and 19. When he was with Portland, he absolutely crushed them, but obviously on the road this year, he's 3 of his last 4 on the road. If he gets the true shooting guard position, they're dead last allowing points there. Clearly, a lot of guys have hit. Okay, let's toss this one to a poll. I don't mind Simons. We'll pivot to points, though. All right, so Anthony Simons. I lost my poll here. All right, Anthony Simons, 14 plus, all right? Or, sorry, 15 plus. All right, this one could get interesting. 58-42. We're going to let this run a little bit longer, okay? Killer, you said you have a pick for the king of the court. I said Jokic or Shea. I mean, it's public. You're right, though. Universe Galaxy says, Michael Jordan fans are the most questionable sports fans of all time. So I guess there's a lot of questionable sports fans out there, bud. This one's fairly close. Fairly close. I think Simons may be making his way in, though. Right now, we got 33 seconds left on the timer. Shout out Larry. Yes is at 62%. No is at 39%. Now, a reminder, it needs to be 55 or more. It needs to be 55 or more to count, because that 51-49 type crap doesn't fly with me. Yeah, Dennis says, I think we have to find a sleeper for King of the Court. Yeah, I don't disagree with that, but I feel like I've tried that before, and then it just ends up being like, well, why did you not just take the favorite? You know what I mean? It's annoying, but obviously splitting it and stuff like that, it impacts it. All right, Simons, it was pretty damn close. But still nearly 60% of you guys in the chat did like it, so we're gonna leave him in for 15 plus points for Simons. Right now, we have 5 in the slip, okay? We have the promo, Brandon Ingram, Michael Porter, over 22.5 points. Shea, 10.5 technically, but 11.5 rebounds plus assists. Kelly Oubre 15.5, and then Anthony 14.5. I almost feel like we got too many overs here. Do we need an under in this slip? Dante, we just did Cedric, and the community in the poll said, Neesmith over 1.5 3-pointers made. His line is, it's too. That'd be too juiced, I guess, on Prize Picks here. 2.5 would be the only thing we look at, and it's still a Green Goblin. Points we could consider. Ja Morant under 33.5 PRA from Devin. Where is he at? 33.5 PRA right here. All right, let's take a peek at Ja and see if we like it. I mean, I already don't mind it because we've already talked about how the Knicks are pretty damn good in the paint. And where does Ja like to score from? Oh, that's right, in the paint. We'll load up the dashboard in the background as we kind of go through a few things. 33.5, it's been hit or miss this year. Honestly, more miss than hit. On the road, he has hit in both of his games. Against the Knicks, last time he played 36. The Knicks, pretty damn good points, pretty damn good rebounds. Maybe Ja scrouges out a few assists. How have opposing point guards done? Conley hit his over. CJ McCollum, starter, didn't. Carrington, no. Trey Jones, yeah. There's been a few guys that have hit this against this Knicks squad. But like I mentioned, this Knicks team really good in the paint right now. Top 5 team points in the paint. Ja Morant, 57.2% of his field goal attempts coming in the paint. So I don't mind that. The Knicks also pretty damn good in the isolation, right? The pick and roll is what worries me, but Memphis hasn't really been running the pick and roll a crazy amount. The pull-ups they're good at, the catch and shoots. We know Ja's not really going to be a catch and shoot guy. I don't mind this for him. I don't mind it. Shall we toss this to a poll? It's going to be Ja Morant under 33.5 PRA. And as we do that, guys, if you have not checked out our merch yet, check it out. Link is now in the chat. FadeMe.store. I'm actually wearing one of our, we just launched it today, the Football Couch Club. Who doesn't love sitting on a couch and watching a damn football game? Nice embroidered. Good stuff. Comes in, I believe we have the other sample somewhere here. I think it's, yeah. There it is. Got a bunch of samples in. Another color comes in. Check it out, FadeMe.store. As I get the sticker off. Fits just like that right out the box. All right, let's see where we're at with this poll. 76% say yes. All right, it's heading in. That is heading in. Less than. And all right, I'm seeing in the chat here, Tassos is talking some smack. He says Curry's under. Curry under what? Curry under, I must have missed that. I see he says Ev might be too scared to take Curry's under, though. At least that's what the people are wondering. I would be a little scared of that, but let's see. What are we looking at? Under what? I'm guessing I missed that in the chat, but I'm down to look at some Curry unders, baby. Points and assists. And it is at 28. 28? That sound right? 28. So this season, 50-50 to this line. On the road, 50-50 to this line. OKC real good against the point guard position. Him against OKC, one game in which he didn't, one game in which he did. Some split stuff here. But I don't think that I mind it right off the rip. I want to check some things on the dashboard here. Because I do think that they're going to give Steph, like, you know, raise hell on him in a sense, right? You know what I mean? So he's shooting a lot from three, and above the break, obviously, where we know OKC has struggled in terms of points allowed from three, but you'll notice it's not necessarily above the break, right? Let's zoom in a little bit here. This is why I love having the actual shooting zone breakdown, because right here, it's like, okay, OKC can't stop anything from three. But it's because they're allowing over 40% in the right corner and then 50% to their opponents in the left corner. Up here, 35.6. Now, that's not all that great, but it is definitely something to note. And coming back, like you mentioned, coming back, I mean, is there a way, do we have a way to tell Steph when he comes back from injury or anything, how many minutes he plays? Let's look at his last, can we find any of these? Let's look at the dates. I'd love to know usually when he comes back. I don't think he has any designations in terms of minutes restriction, does he? Unless I'm actually, you know where we can look? RotoWire. I mean, yeah, he will play, but we're not getting much out of him, right? So, average, I want to see how many minutes he normally plays when coming back from any sort of illness or something. But let's put it up to a poll. Now, we have 28, so there's push potential over on Prize Picks. Let's keep that in mind. Let's keep in mind that, yes, on Prize Picks, it's 28 points plus assist. Curry shoots the ball and God puts it in. I mean, kinda. You'd think that based on how good he is. It is a tough one. I see some people struggling in the chat. It looks like this poll is going to be somewhat competitive. It's 60% right now, 59-41. I think it's going to be a close one. Because everything does make sense, but, you know, when you're taking the under on a guy like him, it gets a little dicey. Oh, by the way, that was already the what do we got here? Trying to find it. That was already the sixth pick because I forgot about the Ingram one. So, yes, Steph, let's see if we can keep these guys in and then add that. So, we're going to submit that Ingram one. I'll share these afterwards, guys. And then we take out the Ingram and add Steph, and that's the sixth. I was like, why is this full now? People don't like the under. Should we all right, should we get to the let's give it another couple seconds and then we'll toss it into a we'll toss up the timer. But let me share this. So if anyone is on Prize Picks and does want to, you know, tail that first lineup, this one without Steph, because we have the promo for Brandon Ingram, check that one out. We have the other Steph one now that we can build, you know, outside of the promo. To be completely honest, I might want to check this out over on Epic. All right, we're going to let this run. I want to test a few things here, seeing what we're getting for odds. So we're going to let that Steph one run for a little bit, but let's go through this. This is Epic Fantasy. I want to see if we can get any better odds or any better prices, because now we're not using that promo, right? So points would be the same. What was the other one? We had Anthony. That could be a good one. We're looking at Shea's rebounds plus assist. Got 10.5 compared to 11. That's nice. Kelly Oubre in points. Kelly Oubre, okay, same thing there. And then we're looking at Ja Morant's under. Under in PRA, do we say? Yes. And then now Steph. I think we might get a better payout over here. Ooh, we're losing a little bit there at 27.5. No push potential. But that's a 35xer, right? So we would be looking for a little bit of a price difference there, I'd say. But is this to hit all of them? So, that's a little bit different, right? Still, PrizePicks looks like it has slightly better odds there. But again, we're getting a little value on some of the plays. All right, let's end this damn Curry one. It's been running for so long, and it looks like it's pretty damn close. So no 53%. That's not going to be one. Hey, Tassos, I tried. If Tassos in here, I tried. All right, let's get another one because guys, as of right now, so if we X Steph out of this one, as of right now, what we're looking at, and we'll just do the flex. We don't need to go crazy with hitting 6 out of 6, but Michael Porter Jr., Shea, Kelly, Anthony Simons, and Ja Morant is what we're looking at. That's 5 plays. I'm looking for one more to throw into this. So get those down in the comments. And like I continue to mention, if you guys do want to check out PrizePicks, simple as signing up today, you get a $5 entry that you place, right? You get $50 smack dab in your face. 10x that first $5 play. Basketball's not on Ja's mind. All right, Dennis says Hartenstein PRA. What number are we getting that one at? Over on where we're trying to fit this in would be Prize Sticks. Yikes. PrizePicks. PRA, where are we at? Where are we at? Am I missing it? PRA, 25.5. Let's take a peek. Start here. I mean, Golden State has been pretty light to centers, right? From the 3-point category to the assist, even rebounding, points, doesn't really strike me as a bad spot to back Isaiah. We're looking at PRA, so the assists are going to be kind of important, at least to me here. And so far this year, he's had some games where he has a decent amount of assists, right? And a potential assist, I should say. Down here, the rebound, we know he should get his. He should be getting 10-plus rebounds. And check this out. A lot of centers hitting against him. Isaiah Jackson went for 19. His line was 15.5. Valanciunas, 11.5. His line was 23. Jokic put 44 up. Okay. Mark Williams, who has killed us twice, went off. All right, let's send this one to a poll. Isaiah Hartenstein over 25.5. We're getting a little bit worse odds line over on PrizePicks, but we're already in too deep at this point. I believe we are, right? 25.5 PRA, yes. All right, let's see what we got here. Is this the last one to complete our search for the 6th play? Again, guys, we already threw in the slip here. I'll put the link down in the chat again. This is without this last one because we have a Brandon Ingram taco or whatever they want to call it nowadays on PrizePicks. I think it was a taco. So Curtis saying is it only pick'ems on PrizePicks? Yeah, they have like different, like in Massachusetts, it's different than other places as well because of laws. So I mean, it's technically like peer-to-peer in Massachusetts. This one's off to a hot start. 77% of peeps in here right now liking Hartenstein over 25.5. Guys, while we have the downtime, we're waiting for this, go ahead and hit that like button. I know I say it multiple times a stream, but it really does help us out. Helps me out, helps more people get in the stream, and it's just a nice little good thing to do, right? Pay it forward type thing. You do it, someone else might do it, and realistically, I benefit from it. No, but really, guys, it does really help me see the support and everything like that. And it just helps us continue and build this community and grow it. Also, if anyone is not aware, I'll toss this link down in the description as well. We have a free Discord, absolutely free Discord for everyone to join, talk some sports. And you might have seen Dennis in the chat. Dennis, GOAT moderator in there. All right, it looks like that Hartenstein's going to win 76-24, so we'll add that in right here. We'll throw $25 on it. 625 to win. That's a big old number. Guys, how about this? If you want to follow me over on Instagram right here, I have pics, and you want to DM me, hey, I was there for the stream, and I want to be part of the giveaway. Anything along the lines of that. If this hits, we'll pick a bunch of people and give away some of the winnings. I don't need to keep all that for myself if it does hit. So, yes, simple as that. Follow me and DM me. I'm not going to open my DMs. That would be stupid. DM me on Instagram if you guys do want to get involved in the giveaway. And, again, it's simple. Just say, like, I was watching the live stream. I'm here for the giveaway. Whatever. No code word or anything. Just explain what you're doing, and I'll pick multiple people if this does bang, and we'll go ahead and give away some of the winnings, and we can hit 5 of the 6 and double up as well. So if that happens, maybe we do give away some of those as well. But guys, we have Michael Porter Jr., 22.5 points. Shea, 11.5 rebounds plus assists. Kelly Oubre, 15.5 points. Simons needs to get 15. John Morant, our under here, 33.5 PRA, and then Hartenstein, 25.5 PRA. Let's submit this bad boy. I will add the link in the chat so you guys can jump on board with this one as well right here, and boom, let's get this in the chat. Again, simple to enter that giveaway. Just follow me on Instagram and everything like that. All right, we got any just outstanding questions? Not necessarily, like maybe more strategy and stuff, not necessarily specific plays, because we're not going to be live too much longer. But if you guys do have any questions or anything like that, or anything, I'm down to answer. Tavius, best of luck to you. I don't know if, hopefully sports betting's working for you. I don't know if that would be my first move if that's true. But I just posted that Prize Picks link in the chat. So, Devin, the ride of the day, we're tweeting out right after this. The second person, the ride of the day we have right now, Straight Fire Picks is still on the streak right here. I was messed up. I didn't have enough coffee in the morning this morning. See, I said yesterday. This morning I said that Con Knuppel didn't hit his over PRA. The guy almost hit it in points alone. So he is still on his streak, and he's been absolutely crushing it. So we're still looking for an additional ride of the day. We're going to have 2 to recap tomorrow. I plan to do that and tweet it right around 5:30. So hopefully that kind of answers that question, which I feel like it does answer pretty directly now that I say it out loud. Wow. That's incredible, Tavius. Up over $1,000 in a month. Coming off of pennies and being up 1,000 is incredible. Yeah, so Devin, it'll also be posted right on the tracker, which if you guys aren't aware, for everyone and Devin, this tracker is that's better than Twitter in a sense. We post the plays, and anything highlighted in yellow, like you could see here, Straight Fire Picks, Hartenstein, you could see the start date and the amount of days in a row. We'll have another one, so it'll be I can't even spell example, whatever, spelled wrong. Example, these will be highlighted yellow, and that's how you know that it's going. So it'll be up towards the top if you just want to check back on that. Chili, it's the exact same one. We just wanted to use that Ingram discount. So just remove that last one, which that last one was the Hartenstein, and it was the exact same thing. Which money line would I suggest today if you don't care about odds? Probably the Nuggets or the Thunder, I guess. The Knicks. There's a lot of heavy favorites out there. But all right, guys. I think we're going to close up shop. I really do appreciate everyone tuning in today. Had a blast. And, yeah, we'll try and do live more. Like I said, this is something I really want to do and really keep going. Schedule's tough. You know, we're working. People think, oh, it's all glitz and glamour making YouTube videos. I've been working since, early this morning, and we're getting off live streaming, and then in a couple hours, jumping on a recording with Tassos to record H to H. In the meantime, we're going to be researching for said H to H episodes. So it's a lot out here, but we have a blast doing it. I love the community we're building, and thank you guys so much. Another thank you to Ken for the super chat donation. Nailed it. We'll catch you guys in the next one, all right? Peace out.